Well, in New Hampshire, as in many other states, the legislature has banned the use of smartphones or cell phones for anything but hands-free phone calls. So this ban applies to texting, to emailing, to checking apps, even to plugging in GPS coordinates for your destination. And the reason for that, the policy behind that, is that the use of a smartphone or cell phone while driving is a distraction, and that distraction could lead to an accident. It may be possible to get evidence to determine whether or not the driver was using his or her cell phone at the time of the accident. If police respond to the accident, the police may ask the driver if he or she was using her cell phone. The police may ask other witnesses if they observed the driver using his or her cell phone at the time of the accident. The police may ask permission or consent from the owner of the cell phone to search it at the scene of the accident and document what they find. Or the police may decide to seize the phone and later obtain a search warrant to get the document or to get evidence as to whether or not the driver was using the phone. It may also be possible to subpoena phone records to say if texting or phone activity was going on at the time, but that may not always have the complete story because there are other things, the use of the phone, that would not necessarily show up on the phone or texting records. If the police are able to get this information, they'll usually document it in their traffic accident report, and that information can be later used in a potential civil case. If the police do not respond to the accident or do not investigate fully as to whether or not the other driver was using his or her phone at the time, there still may be ways to get that information. Once a case is filed in court, once the suit is formally brought, we can engage in the discovery process, and as part of that, we can depose the driver and ask him or her if they were using their phone. We can talk to other witnesses through the deposition process to see if they observed the driver using their phone, and we may be able to obtain certain records, such as texting and phone call records, if the carrier has those, and that may also show whether or not the driver was using his or her phone at the time. Unfortunately, that the civil case comes at a later point and it's not immediately after the arrest or accident, and some of that information may have been destroyed.